They say that history is written by the victors. But in League of Legends, history is mostly written in the chat, usually in all caps, and usually by someone telling you to uninstall. For years, I stayed away. I watched from the sidelines as my friends, people I otherwise respected, lost their minds over a pixelated dragon or a missed skill shot. When I told them I wanted to start, they didn't give me any tips. They gave me a warning. They told me to run. The thing is, I don't like running, so I didn't listen. A year ago, I tried. 5 games. That's all it took for the rift to break me. I was destroyed so thoroughly that I did exactly what was suggested. I ran. I retreated to the safety of Teamfight Tactics. In TFT, I found a rhythm. No frantic clicking, just strategy. I climbed to Emerald 2 in my very first season without any prior knowledge. I felt like I have achieved something. I felt smart. I thought I had finally found a way to enjoy this universe without the suffering. But that feeling of success wasn't enough for me. Despite the warnings and despite the memory of those 4 disastrous games, the curiosity grew bigger and bigger. I wanted to know why millions of people choose this chaos every single day, go through pain and suffering just for this game. So I decided to go back, not as a strategist, but as a student. This is a chronicle of a TFT player stepping out of the comfort of the board and back into the fire of the rift. It's a story about complexity, the joy of the first real mechanical victory, and why, despite everything, I finally stopped running. I needed someone who had survived the trenches long enough to have the game's toxicity replaced by a weary saint-like patience. Enter my boyfriend. A man with 12 years of League of Legends etched into his soul like a permanent debuff. He didn't just play the game, he had seen its empires rise and fall, seen metas born and buried. I sat him down, hoping for a gentle hand and a few words of encouragement.
Okay, that was actually not that bad. Yeah.
What I got instead was a forensic audit of my incompetence.
Honey, what are you doing?
But it wasn't enough to tell me what I was doing wrong. He wanted me to feel it. So he invited me to a 1v1. A romantic evening, just the 2 of us and his 12 years of repressed gaming trauma. It wasn't a duel, it was a lecture, delivered at the edge of a blade.
What are you doing?
He spent the next 30 minutes explaining the invisible architecture of the rift. He talked about positioning and threat zones as if they were physical walls, while I wandered through them like a ghost in my own house. Every time I thought I was standing in a safe spot, he'd punish me instantly. He showed me that being safe isn't about being far away, it's about understanding the exact reach of the monster across from you.
Don't come this close to me.
Is
Look
that
at
too
that.
close?
Yeah, it is.
Something new.
To him, the lane was a series of mathematical certainties. To me, it was just some towers I had to defend, 3 lanes, and a deep forest I for sure did not dare to enter. By the time he was done, my dignity was at 0 HP. My head was spinning with terms like tethering and wave control. I couldn't really sort them yet, but I felt enlightened. I thought I was finally ready. But while my brain was busy processing high-level macro strategies, it apparently deleted the whole tutorial basics. Do you see my ward?
No. Do you see my ward? Question mark?
Oh my gosh, I thought you can see the wards. So yeah, that was the level of genius I was bringing to the rift. I queued up armed with shaky knowledge, and immediately realized that knowing the theory and moving my hands at the right time in the right direction were 2 very different things. I had 3 main problems. First, there was the farming. In TFT, my units fight automatically. Here, I had to deliver the killing blow to every single minion. I missed one, then another, then a cannon. It felt like trying to catch flies with chopsticks while someone was throwing rocks at my head. Then there was the minimap. My boyfriend kept saying, look at the map, he's coming. But honestly, the map was just a colorful decoration in the corner. I developed a severe case of tunnel vision. An enemy could be walking right next to me and I wouldn't notice until my screen turned grey. No! And still this damn positioning. Despite the lecture, despite the 1v1, in the heat of the moment, I panicked. I just panicked and forgot everything I've learned. I walked into skill shots, I walked into towers, I even walked into 1v5s, like a tourist holding the map upside down. When I tell you, I was exhausted. I didn't get why I wasn't improving. I felt like my brain just wasn't wired for this game. I looked at the defeat screen and really wanted to quit. I told myself maybe I should just stick to TFT. But then my boyfriend told me something that changed my perspective.
I got good because I tried and I didn't quit.
He was right. If I quit now, my skill level would stay at 0 forever. So I didn't click exit. Instead, I opened YouTube. I became a student of the game. Channels like Skillcapped and 3 Minutes League of Legends became my daily companions. I analyzed wave management while eating breakfast. I studied trading patterns before going to bed. I wasn't trying to play anymore. I was training. Slowly, very slowly, the fog of war in my head began to lift. The chaotic scribbles on the screen started to look like patterns. The threat zones my boyfriend talked about, suddenly I could see them. They weren't invisible walls anymore. They were a dance floor. I stopped staring at my own feet and started watching the enemy. I saw a Blitzcrank hook coming, and instead of freezing, I sidestepped. I saw an enemy overextend and instead of running, I punished him. I finally made some right decisions. It wasn't a pentakill. My KDA was still tragic and I still missed way too many cannons to say my CS was decent. But for the first time in weeks, I wasn't just a victim in someone else's highlight reel. I was actually playing League of Legends. Come on! Yeah! I started this journey trying to find a way to enjoy the universe without the suffering. What I realized is, you can't. The suffering is part of the contract. You have to stare at the grey screen once in a while to truly appreciate the colors. I'm still miles away from being good, but I'm no longer a TFT player hiding in the backline. I've traded the board for a battlefield and with that, my peace for chaos. And the scary part? I think I'm starting to like it. But let's be honest, dodging skill shots in normal games is one thing, but everything I've learned, every tear I've shed and every minion I've missed was just a tutorial. Level 30. The kiddie pool is closed. It's time to see if my sanity stays intact or shatters completely. Next stop, the trenches of Ranked.